after another good friend died, and everyone said, "Oh, drugs are the problem. Drugs. It's always this." I really started to see poverty as the problem, because I'd spoken with this person a lot over the previous months, and it was obvious that that the COVID plague was musicians were fucked. I mean, people who get one gig to the next just had nothing, and in the South, there was no government support. There was nothing, and these are people who are doing terribly bad in the good times. So it's really just COVID just knocked everybody out, and there are musicians across the country who I think they killed themselves, maybe not entirely intentionally, but it was addiction is. Anyways, I call this one the one who keeps reaching, and I'm referring a lot to the Michelangelo atom, where there's just like that, and you got God's finger. But I'm also referring to the brain inside of God, which you can look that up. Michelangelo was a genius. He hid a lot of great stuff in the paintings. So I'm just using the same metaphor. I hate the word spiritual seekers, but I used it at the beginning of this one. Addicts are spiritual seekers who don't know it yet. This is like a preface, by the way. Still a preface. Addicts are spiritual seekers who don't know it yet. Art is the pursuit of spirit. We're here to overturn materialism, a society which forces artists to serve 3-course meals to materialists, to pay for microwaved ramen, to wash dishes and chauffeur the rich and Ubers, is a society on the brink of collapse. Society's killing us by not valuing us and then blaming us for not having value. We exist to explore the metaphysical in a society that's hell-bent on materialistic orthodoxy. This poem almost sounds like a platitude. It almost sounds like a bunch of cliches if you don't understand where it's coming from. Whatever. Something keeps killing my friends, the artists, creators. Since I was a kid, the ones who keep reaching keep dying. What is it that keeps killing them? It's easy to say drugs and suicide and move on catatonically, play fake wisdom. It's much more difficult to reach for something else. We're the ones who keep reaching. We're the kids who look up and say, "Am I good enough now, Dad? Am I doing it right, Mom?" No matter how we reach, we're not what our family wants us to be. We're the ones who keep reaching. We reach for community. There's a place for me here? Am I good enough here? No matter how we reach, we're not what our community wants us to be. We're the ones who keep reaching. We reach into society. No matter how far we reach, we're not what society wants us to be. That limp hand of Adam on the Sistine Chapel, that's the voice of family. That's the voice of community. That's the voice of society. We're the ones who keep reaching. We reach for each new day. We say, today will be the right version of myself. Today I will be what society wants me to be. Today I will be what my community wants me to be. Today I will be what my family wants me to be. Did our family ever consider? Did our community ever consider? Did our society ever consider maybe we're supposed to be exactly the way we are? Maybe we weren't born wrong? Maybe we weren't born ill? Maybe some people are born to keep reaching? Those of us who reach adulthood, we're the walking scar tissue, the bionic body parts limping through time-space, carrying the weight of all we reached for in vain, self-medicating, a prerequisite to survival, and the irony of early demise. Those of us who reach adulthood tattered and torn, nowhere out there left to reach. When we begin to reach the other way, we discover the vigor, the willpower we learned through sheer pain. As we begin to reach inward, something reaches back. When we reach that way, there's only one way to reach. When silence falls, the voice of family. When silence falls, and the voice of community. When silence falls, and the voice of society. Only one voice is left. It's far beyond victimhood. It's far beyond blame. It's far beyond guilt, failure, and shame. It is its own medication. There's nothing to self-medicate. It's a place beyond right and wrong. It's the thing we were reaching for all along. There it is, concealed in plain sight. The artist is the art. Concealed in the silent mind, feet crossed in the illusory cerebellum, only inches away, who's that reaching back? Between the bionic eyes of the brain. One who keeps reaching reaches grace. If you notice the brain, Michelangelo used to dissect bodies. He was very familiar with the brain.